Hello everyone. Today, we address one of the most critical challenges in the modern performance marketing landscape, signal loss. In an era of increasing privacy regulations and evolving technical hurdles, a vital question every marketer must ask is, how much data are you actually losing before it ever reaches your ad platform? The reality is startling for most organizations. Currently, most accounts operate on only 40 to 60% of their true conversion signal without even realizing it. Factors such as iOS updates, ad blockers, and restrictive browser rules are quietly stripping away your data. This is not just a reporting discrepancy. It is a fundamental threat that starves your smart bidding algorithms of the data fuel they need to succeed. Over the next few minutes, we will explore how to audit this loss, and more importantly, how to recover it. When we discuss signal loss, we must understand that these invisible conversions are costing your business twice. It is not merely a gap in your weekly reports. It is a fundamental distortion of your marketing reality that compounds damage over time. First, consider cost 1, underreporting. When real conversions happen but never register in your dashboard, your return on ad spend looks significantly worse than reality. This often leads to the strategic error of cutting budgets on channels that are actually driving growth, effectively starving your winners. Second, and perhaps more dangerously, is cost 2, mistraining the algorithm. Modern smart bidding can only learn from the data it can see. If you're missing half of your signal, the algorithm optimizes toward a biased subset of users. This creates a feedback loop where the system bids for the wrong people based on incomplete information. By fixing this signal, we typically see a recoverable performance lift of 15 to 30%. To effectively solve the problem, we must first visualize where the data is disappearing. We call this the signal waterfall. Conversion data does not simply vanish in one single location. Instead, it bleeds out at every stage between a user's action and your platform's reception. Starting from 100% of total potential conversions, we see an immediate 18% drop-off due to ad blockers and privacy-focused browsers. The implementation of iOS app tracking transparency further reduces the signal by an additional 12%. Following this, intelligent tracking prevention and other browser-level cookie restrictions strip away another 8%. Finally, technical implementation gaps like tag misfires account for a 7% loss. By the time this data finally reaches your platform, nearly half of your conversion history has been lost. These illustrative percentages represent a massive opportunity for recovery through a structured audit. Let us examine the 4 primary sources of signal loss and their specific remedies. The biggest leak usually comes from ad blockers and privacy tools, which block pixel scripts before they can even fire. The solution here is server-side tagging, which bypasses browser-level blocking entirely. Second is the mobile leak caused by iOS app tracking transparency. When users decline tracking, match rates collapse. We address this using Meta's Conversions API, advanced matching, and modeled conversions. Third are browser leaks from ITP and cookie restrictions, which break multi-day user journeys by capping first-party cookies at 7 days. The fix involves implementing consent mode v2 and server-set cookies. Finally, technical leaks from tag misfires, such as slow page loads or broken triggers, silently drop events. These require a rigorous audit using GTM Preview and Tag Assistant to ensure that enhanced conversions are bridging the technical gap correctly. How do we quantify this gap? A signal loss audit is a strategic imperative that can be executed in a single afternoon. We focus on 4 key checks. The first and most important is comparing platform-reported conversions against your source of truth, such as your backend CRM or Shopify orders. This gap is the headline number that your CFO will care about most. Second, we evaluate event match quality. In Meta Events Manager, a score below 6 indicates significant signal loss that requires immediate attention. Third, we perform a technical audit of tag firing. We use GTM Preview to test whether tags fire consistently across different browsers and varying consent states. Finally, we segment conversion rates by browser and device. Large discrepancies between Safari and Chrome, or iOS and Android, expose exactly where your tracking infrastructure is breaking down and where the priority for recovery lies. Once the audit is complete, we deploy the Signal Recovery Stack, ranked by impact. The foundation of this stack is server-side tagging. By moving tracking from the browser to your own server, you bypass ad blockers and ITP, recovering 20 to 35% of your signal. This is the single biggest lever available to marketers today. The second layer involves implementing Meta Conversions API and Google Enhanced Conversions, which restores the match quality lost to iOS restrictions. The third layer is Consent Mode v2 and Modeled Conversions, allowing platforms to model data for non-consenting users while staying compliant with EEA regulations. Finally, we clean up the tag implementation itself to eliminate duplicates and race conditions. While these percentages stack partially, most brands recover between 25 and 40% of their lost signal by successfully implementing the top 3 layers of this recovery stack. In conclusion, we follow a simple yet rigorous playbook: audit, recover, and verify. You cannot optimize what you cannot measure, and every downstream marketing activity, from budget allocation to creative testing, depends on the integrity of your signal. Start by quantifying the platform VES-BATCON gap to gain internal buy-in. Then, implement the recovery stack, focusing on server-side tagging as your primary objective. Finally, verify the results by confirming your event match quality scores improve to 8 or higher and monitoring your smart bidding performance over a 4 to 6 week period. By securing your data pipeline today, you ensure that your marketing investments are guided by the full picture of customer behavior rather than a fragmented and biased subset. Fix the signal first, because everything else in your marketing stack depends on it. Thank you for your attention. If your advertising isn't delivering the results you expect, the problem may not be the budget, it may be the strategy. At Namster Marketing, we help businesses turn advertising into a predictable growth engine. Book a free consultation with our team, and let's explore how we can help scale your results.